And now to a story about a woman recovering from COVID last November. She was walking out of work when she suddenly lost all feeling in her legs and collapsed.
When she got to the hospital, doctors diagnosed her with COVID-19, but the virus had also caused a spinal cord disorder that left her almost completely paralyzed. Stephen Pimple spoke with the woman and her physical therapist about her recovery that lasted almost a year. He joins us live in the studio with the story.
Andrea Winston, it was 3 months before Whitney Betts could even stand after COVID-19 triggered a rare spinal disorder. It was even longer before she could walk again. In the hospital through Thanksgiving, Christmas, and unable to be with her children, she says she's amazed how far she's come.
When I contracted the virus, the last thing that came to my mind was it, putting me in a wheelchair.
Last November, Whitney Betts was leaving work early because she wasn't feeling well.
Walking out, I was almost to the car and I couldn't feel my legs at all. And I kind of just dropped down to the ground. I really didn't know what was happening.
Whitney was rushed to North Mississippi Medical Center, where doctors told her that not only did she have COVID-19, the virus had caused acute transverse myelitis, a rare and potentially devastating spinal cord disorder.
I felt heartbroken that I may not be able to get back how I was, just something simple as just walking.
Almost completely paralyzed, Whitney was transferred to NMMC's Rehabilitation Institute.
I couldn't dress myself, I couldn't bathe myself, I couldn't even feed myself. You feel helpless.
For the next few months, Whitney faced 3 to 4 hours a day of intense rehab. But she says it was one moment with a physical therapist and a standing frame where she had her biggest milestone.
He wheeled me in front of a mirror where I could see myself. Where I could see myself standing up.
They really do need to take time to mourn what has happened to them, to mourn that loss, to process it. The big thing is they can't camp out there.
Finally, in July, Whitney took her first steps in nearly 8 months.
It was incredible because from that point on, I felt like I could, go all the way.
I was only expecting a few feet, and I ended up having to push a table out of the way so we could keep going.
When she first started walking, Whitney could only go about 32 feet before needing a break. Now, she can go up to 100 feet at a time. This was Whitney's second walk.
Okay, there you go.
Whitney says one of her greatest motivations is her 3 children. She says she remembers when her daughter Layla saw her standing up for the first time.
And she came in, she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm standing." She was like, "How?"
But most important of all is the constant belief that she will recover.
I really have to tell myself over to just be patient because, you want it tomorrow, but the reality is it takes a little time, but you'll get there eventually.
Whitney says her goal is by the beginning of next year to be able to go grocery shopping on her own.